Oh my God.
Good morning.
How's it going?
Morning, lads. How's it going?
Yeah, good. You?
No,
Yeah, good.
I'm
You?
not well at all. So
Reece, how have you actually managed to get this ill anyway? What's going on, mate?
I don't know. It's not like me to get ill, but
You
Round
sound.
October
You've got that horrible like cold sound to your voice.
I know,
It's like,
How's it going, mate?
around the October time every year, I get it. So look, we'll survive. We'll move on.
Mate, I'm off to Hull Fair today.
I am.
I was saying to Jess about this. Like, I was like, "Oh, we need to go to Hull Fair at some point," and she was like, "Oh yeah, we'll have a think about it." I was like, "It's not special, so you're not really missing out if you don't go."
It's
Mate,
absolutely not the best, is it?
This gadget at work from fucking where's he from? Scarborough. He was saying, "Oh yeah, I bet you go to Hull Fair, don't you?" And he comes from Scarborough to Hull to go to Hull Fair. He loves it, mate. People think it's a big deal.
No, there's nothing good. Well, there's nothing great about Hull Fair. Like,
I might go get a toffee apple.
another one. Don't like toffee apples.
No, they're gross, mate.
Bog Carvers is good though.
I was saying the other day. Do you like brandy snap?
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, I used to like love it, and I had it like last year or something at Hull Fair, and I thought this is disgusting. Just
I like
feels like teeth are gonna fall out. Yeah, Leah likes them actually.
Even like the burgers, if you go there for a burger, it's not going to be a high quality burger. It's going to be disgusting, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We just take that off the screen. So anyway, let's like you say, we're going to go into a couple of topics over the next couple of weeks into certain things, and I think we should maybe start this topic off with something like maybe construction or something, maybe about where we're working away, certain places where we stay and stuff, and where we've had some events. That's for sure.
Horror digs.
Living in extremely close proximity with two more weirdos. 3 weirdos in extremely close proximity.
You actually think it's normal. Like, in what other planet would you just share a box room with 2 of your mates for like the majority of the week? Like, it's not even like a couple of days. Like, you're there for like week in, week out, sharing a box room with your 2 mates. Like,
was it like a year as well? Who was there, or longer for me and you, Reece?
Longer.
I think like Ilford for us was kind of
home's where the heart is.
Even though it was shitter digs, like there wasn't the best of digs. Like at least we had a bit of more room than other type of digs. Like Scotland, for example, where I think we were both sharing a bed at one stage in Scotland.
No, it was sharing a double. Yeah. We've done that literally. We've done that 2 weeks ago, mate.
Yeah,
we shared it. I don't
want to tell people that. We did that in private, mate.
No, doing like there's no digs though. And you're like, fuck. There's 3 of us. All that's left is
Reece.
Houses with a double bed and a single bed. Like, it is what it is, isn't it?
Reece, if you shared a bed with me, would you top and tail or would you go normal and then face away?
Normal. Like, I don't really understand the top and tail thing. Like,
there's more space. It's literally like his
you've
legs.
You've got my feet in your face.
Yeah, but you aren't really.
And his feet as well.
Yeah,
this is the worst part about it.
His shoulders are wider than the bottom of his legs together, aren't they?
Thank fuck for that.
I do get where you're coming from.
Like,
it does make sense.
It feels like there's more room. Here's another one though. Like, someone has to have the bottom part of the quilt, where it's like the buttons and that.
No, I usually do that.
Shit.
I usually do that because I feel sorry for you down at the end of the bed, because obviously I'm going to get the headboard end, because I'm not going to fucking. Why would I?
Yeah, and your pillows
into top and tail.
Your pillows are falling off the end of the bed.
Couldn't do it, mate.
Oh,
you just go at the top and face back to back. And if you roll over,
no, because if you roll over, you can't wake up in the middle of the night, like eye contact. It's just weird, mate. Like, you both happen to wake up at the same time, and you both just like that.
You always do. Whenever you share a room with someone, whenever you open your eyes and you look across, they always go like that at the same time, and you both look at each other and roll over every time, mate.
It's like even going to the stages where we didn't have a telly in the room, but we all wanted to watch the same thing. So we all played a YouTube video and counted down.
Oh, I remember
and
that.
1, 2, 3, go.
Fucking weird, mate.
If you time it just right, though, it's quite good, isn't
it? It's good.
I guess there are a lot of
really
experiences. I guess there are a lot of experiences, like, at the end of the day, even though you do complain about working away and it's good to look back on these situations.
Yeah.
Like you
The
said,
thing is, it makes you really appreciate when you are living in like a normal house with like your own bedroom,
oh, yeah.
like a nice clean bathroom and that.
I think a kitchen for me is one of the biggest ones, like, working away, like, even if it was hotels or even in the digs, like Ilford. We're going to have to try and explain in some sense what the Ilford is, and like, because it's hard to explain from the start.
Really is.
yeah.
Ilford
Paradise.
basically is just like it's northeast London, but it's an absolute shithole of a place, isn't it? Like, it's definitely not the greatest of places to.
No, I remember when we stayed there. I went to a festival in London. Was that to lads? Was like,
Yeah, we made them stay there, didn't
the lads
we?
who hadn't been to London or whatever, thinking, "Oh yeah, come stay. Yeah, it's where we stay. It's real good." And they're expecting, like, in their heads, like, "Oh, to London, like capital city." Get there, and they're like, "What the fuck is this, lads? Like, you must be joking."
It was horrendous. I remember because it was I was working up in Bradford for a while, and then my dad finally turned around to me and was like, "All right, look, the next job for you is going to be in London. So get yourself prepared, get yourself ready to go." I was like, "Oh, I'm buzzing to go," and this and the other. So I've gone from Bradford, where I'm at home every night at my mum's house and stuff.
Did you go just before me then, or just after me?
I think we must have gone round about the same time. Is it White City? I'm assuming.
Yeah. No, I'd already gone. I went to the embassy with Paul, didn't I? So I must have gone before you.
We went. I think didn't we go from Anfield? Wasn't it? Was it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd already been there then, and I come back to Anfield.
And then I remember going down there. It's first ever time in London, and
is that where me and you was in that house, weren't we?
Yeah, and basically
you had that room where it's like
there was no windows. In it.
Yeah.
There was no windows in it. There was a fridge crammed into the corner. I couldn't open the door of the fridge. So
yeah, they're all like box room.
It's bad.
And there was this real weird window at the top of our room.
Yeah,
which led into somebody else's room.
For a bit.
Yeah, so that's the smoking area.
So like this light was on all night until this other lad went to bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, I sat there laid on my bed.
I can go to bed.
And I remember it was maybe like Tuesday, Wednesday, going through the week, and my mum rang me and she was like, "Oh, how's it going?" I was like,
and you started crying.
She was like, "This is really not good."
I've got nothing
It's
left.
rough. It's rough because it was mate. Your dad sent me there it was a Tuesday. He rang me on the Tuesday afternoon and said, "Right, I'm giving you the fucking that little Connect van thing. You're in London tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Obviously, this is totally out of your comfort zone at the time, innit?" I was like, what, 20 years old or something? Jumped in this van. Fucking man was waving me off at like 2:00 in the morning. Mate, I borrowed my dad's fucking TomTom sat nav on the fucking dashboard, mate, to get me to Ilford. Got to Ilford at like 4:30, and you get some characters around there at that time, don't you?
Well, yeah, it's in the middle of the night on a Monday, so your weekend's just ended.
So bad.
And you're trying to start your week.
Some dickhead just walking down the street with this with a stick in his hand. And you're thinking, what's going on there?
Yeah, there is some characters around there. Like,
are you sure you weren't blind, Dan?
I don't
or acting blind?
I don't know. Mate, imagine if I was like, "What are you doing?"
He's acting blind to try and rob people.
It's rough. It is rough.
Some guys come up with a stick. I think it's a weapon, and he's just feeling his way down the street. That'd be fucking.
I'd say like, out of all the digs you've stayed in, and like the chances, but then again, this is another one. What makes me laugh is like we stay in Ilford every time we go to London. Yeah, you don't have to stay in Ilford.
No, to be fair, I started getting Airbnbs, Brick Lane, mate. I went up in the world. But then I say that, but I brought Mike to the digs. I stayed in there. I literally in my head, I was like, "This is absolutely class. Like,
this is the
best room I've ever had." Brought Mike there. He was like, "This is an absolute shithole, mate. How do you stay here?" And I was like, "Mate, these are nice. Like, this is the best I've ever had, mate." Like,
we were saying it yesterday about when he told I was on nights, he was on days. We were sharing that room.
Oh yeah.
And he told me, so it's room 5, flat 4, room 3, or something like that. And I went to flat 4.
No, I think
it's-
you went in the right flat.
I got it the wrong way around.
But you got
Yeah.
but like the rooms in the thing. He went to like the flat number. So like
it's
say 2. And
half 4 in the morning. I've got my hood up, massive beard sticking out, mate. Right, walk into this room. I see an iPad. I was like, oh, yeah, Ollie's been watching his iPad. They're like, I don't know why, but you do weird shit when you live together like that, don't you? So I walked up to the bed, his bed, and then leaned over it and like tapped him. And then some little bloke was just sat there. It wasn't even Ollie. And he just went and just froze with fear. And I was just like, I didn't want to startle him, so I just real gradually walked out the room, really slowly, going, "I'm sorry,
this never happened."
And then he didn't say a word the full time. I just shut the door real slowly, and I was just crying for like an hour.
I bet
Did
I
you
bet
ever
he
see
literally
the
woke up
guy?
and thought that didn't happen. That was like a nightmare.
He must have thought it wasn't real, mate.
No, you
Like-
won't have seen him, will you? Because he'll have probably gone to work when you was in bed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Did
funny.
you ever
was a
see
good
the
one.
guy again after?
No. He was just like a nice little guy though, man. I did feel quite bad for it, but because he'll have thought I don't know what he'll have thought. He'll have thought he was having a nightmare, or someone was trying to bagel him, or do God knows what to him. Like, yeah,
Oh, it's bad.
funny man. And we thought, what was this other one, Reece? We was on about.
No, another one I got when I was around that time. When I was just getting Airbnbs, and I got stuck in that room, didn't I?
Oh yeah,
Like
Couldn't go somewhere.
got in. Like obviously you're in an Airbnb. There's like 5 or 6 rooms in it, and to be honest, half the time they're filled with fucking weirdos, aren't they? Like you just hear
Yeah.
people doing weird stuff in the flat you're in. So like, you have a lock on your door. I thought I'm gonna lock the door because like, there was
Yeah,
like just
I would always let
I
it
heard-
go.
Yeah,
like,
rightly so.
I heard a commotion. So I thought, fuck it, I'll lock the door. I'm off to bed anyway. Locked the door. Then about 11 o'clock or something, thought I need a piss. So went to go, open the door. The key snaps in the door, and you're just like, fuck. So ring the guy. I'm like, mate, you have to come let me out. The keys snapped in the door, and like I'm on a higher level, so I can't just like get out my window or something.
What? Could you not have climbed down?
Nah. Well, nah. It's a bit too high. So ring the guy. He's like, yeah, I'll come now. Don't worry. So I'm waiting. And I think like this is like literally like gone midnight now. I'm like, where the fuck is he? Texting him and ringing him, no answer.
Oh, what?
What?
So he left you in there
So
all
yeah.
night?
So I just thought, fuck,
I thought it was just-
off
I
to
thought it was
bed.
I thought it was on the way out. You snapped the key in the morning.
No, like on the night. So like I just thought, fuck it, I'll just sleep then. Then hopefully he'll just ring me when he gets here. Then wake up at like in the middle of the night again. I'm like, he's literally not going to come, is he?
no,
I thought,
like that's it.
fucking
It's
hell.
just
Mate,
blatantly gone.
what did he say when he got there? Was he a bit,
Well, no,
was he a bit
so
of a
like
dick or
obviously
something?
I'm at work. I could be at work for 7 as well. So I still set my alarm for like 5:30 or whatever. Got up and still nothing. I thought I'm literally like not going to make it to work on time here. Then I need another piss first thing in the morning. I thought, what the fuck am I going to do? So I had to piss in a bottle and then
What, you pissed in the bottom part of the window?
pour it out the window. But like the street, it's like a busy London street.
Yeah, it's
not,
only
not just in the middle of
Londoners, mate.
nowhere. So I'm there pouring my piss out this window onto a busy, and like London at that time of morning, it is fairly busy, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like
I know.
6 in the morning, like there's a lot of people about, and I'm just there pouring my piss out the window, just like
Rock and roll, baby.
what is going
What
on?
time did
So-
he? What
Yeah.
time did he end up actually
He
getting
gets
to you?
there. It was like 10:30.
Oof.
I was like, "Fucking hell!"
What did he
mate.
say? Did he apologise?
He was like, you just opened the door. Oh, Ollie, I'm so sorry. I was
Yeah, but
just
why
like,
didn't he come on the night? He should have come. What if you had
I was
a
just like,
medical
well, yeah, I
emergency?
know.
Did he got
But if-
sent down or something? Would he have
If
been in
there's
serious
a
trouble?
fire or something, then I'd have had to just climb out the window, wouldn't I? But then I literally got to work. Obviously, I told him what had happened. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, you're a bit rough today, are you?" I'm like, it sounds like bullshit, doesn't it? Like, oh, my key snapped. Everyone locks in my room, like,
Yeah.
and like in our industry, obviously, everyone just gets pissed every night, don't they?
Well,
Apart
that's
from
just
us.
like the kind of. This is the thing. This is the worst part about it as well. They'll have been thriving off the situation that you was late to work. There was like
Yeah.
this day we
And
thought
they
this day
definitely
would
didn't
never
believe
come.
me, though. That's the most annoying bit. It's
Oh,
like,
they're not
it's
going
like
to, are they?
if I went out last night, I'd just say, or I'd probably got here on time. I'd just been like rough as fuck. I thought I literally have got stuck in my room. Like, sounds like bullshit, but
You're saying there, Ollie, like you're going to have to maybe just straighten yourself up just a little bit. Just think always like putting yourself centre because you're starting to veer off. Like I'll cut this
Veer
part
off.
out anyway.
The
yeah.
main character.
Ollie's starting to do this. Like he's getting all excited telling the story, and he's slowly doing this. Before I know it, he's right into the camera.
Oh. Yeah, what was another one in Glasgow?
Oh, we got egged.
Got egged in Glasgow, didn't we?
But they shout,
the
Jim,
full-
Jim Wankers.
Jim Wankers.
And threw some eggs at us. I was probably chasing them down the street, mate.
Oh, I think Reese got the most of the egg.
Yeah, he did, mate. He took the hit.
To be honest, like Glasgow, like looking back at it, to be fair, it was fucking good crack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a laugh, wasn't it?
Because I remember
That's
me and
where it
Ollie
all
being up
became
there.
a team.
Yeah, I remember me and Ollie being up there and thinking, because that was the stage where me and Ollie became floaters. So basically, my dad
You don't want to be a floater.
Mate, you should adapt and tell everyone what a floater is, mate, 'cause it sounds worse than what it is, most likely.
Yeah, like basically, like a floater is just like when there's not a job for you to go to, so you just end up like floating around. Like
Yeah,
you could
we'll
get sent
find
to a
something
job for
for
2
you.
days.
Like a free
you get
spirit.
sent here. Then you turn up to a site one day
You're
and
free
you go,
now.
what you
You're like
doing
a
here?
hippie.
And we go, I don't personally know. And he was like, well, we've got nothing for you. He was like, all right, well, just go and have a walk around site or something. So you start like just plodding around different
Yeah.
sites here and there, getting sent somewhere every other couple of days. But then that's when, like, my dad ended up having to find some actual work for us to do, and we went into a total different like trade. We started
Yeah,
doing like
bit of joinery,
facade,
wasn't it?
Bit of
yeah,
woodwork
facade
and that.
steel. We went to Cardiff. That
Next
Cardiff
thing you
stuff was
know,
good.
everyone's throwing their hard hats and throwing bits of timber about like
Yeah.
it's some kind of fucking riot.
Planks of wood getting lobbed about and that.
I remember
No,
like
no hard up Fridays.
on that Glasgow
Man,
job,
he
like
headbutted that scaff tower, didn't he? I don't know what-
you forgot about that.
I don't know what came over me. I'm usually so calm and collected, but that one particular day, I just lost my head.
I think
Oh,
that was
you mean
a stage of your life where you was a bit
You literally
Yeah.
charged. You literally
Mate, I
couldn't
charged.
control your emotions.
I was on trend. I was on trend, mate. I was on trend and I lost my head.
You literally like made a bull noise.
I remember like
I remember me and Ray just looked at each other like, "Whoa!"
the on that job the forklift driver tried lifting a full pallet worth of timber up to
And
the
he
top level.
dropped it
Oh,
on
yeah.
the fucking
Dropped the
road,
full
didn't he? On the
thing
pavement.
on the pedestrian walkway. Site manager come round. He went, "Whoa, better pick that up." I went, "What do you mean better pick it up? You better go and have a look."
There was
at your
literally
fucking
like,
It was like
forklift driver."
laughing about
people, like women and fucking with their pram and shit walking near the thing,
Yeah.
weren't they? I remember.
Oh,
bad.
like that full job was just, it was crackers. Like the worst part about it as well, like you said, we weren't really experienced enough to be there on our own anyway. And the way
No.
my dad just
No.
left us to our own devices.
He was
to
only
just
young, weren't we?
try
I'm
and
sure
figure this out.
we was like 19 or something.
Yeah, he
Been
had to
doing
come
the
and
job for like
save
6
the day.
months.
He had to come and save the day and try and get the job finished because we'd been fucking about that much and like
Yeah, mate,
we
I
used to
came-
get to like
I
four
came in the
four
end.
o'clock.
I think it was
But we
too
used
far
to get
gone.
to four. We used to get to 4 o'clock and used to go. Should we go? Like I think we've
Should we
done
get
enough
off?
today.
We
We've
used to
done
go-
enough
What made
today.
you think that was a good idea, though, at the
It's
time?
just
What was the
young and
thought
fucking
process?
Dumb, innit?
Yeah, we used to go on our lunch break. We used to go to Harvester, didn't we? We'd
like
spend
Harvester.
like an hour and a half in there, just like
Oh,
eat.
look,
we
it was
we
just
didn't spend a lot
ultimate
of
piss
hours
takers.
actually on site.
Well, like
did
when
we?
you're
You weren't
young
really
and
at work,
something,
was you?
when
was
you're
on our
young and like
holidays.
do you know when you're struggling with something like on site and you just can't seem to get it done? Instead of like having a think and just was like, look, like we maybe need a new
Fucking
drill
go
bit.
to
We need
Harvester.
Let's just
we,
fuck
we
it
need
off.
something. You just be like, oh, look, it's impossible. Just can't do it. Just can't do it. And I
Just
was like,
won't bother.
looking back and thinking,
It was,
like,
there was all labelled. No, in all fairness, right? They actually was all labelled wrong, weren't they? Like everything was labelled wrong, wasn't it?
Yeah, the job was a shambles. Like,
It's
I'll
not our
agree
fault.
there, but like we could have performed a bit better than I think we did.
No,
Like.
no. I don't know. We did pretty well. We give it. I'd say we give it a good 60% of our effort.
Put it this way: this is how bad we did. My dad came on his own, and he stayed back 2 nights, 2 hours extra than us, and in them 2 hours extra, he did more than us in a full week.
Yeah, it's a bit embarrassing.
He must be really talented.
We got drug tested on that job as well.
Yeah.
He just put some effort in. I think
What,
that's what it came
did they
down
drug
to.
test you because she was working that shit and they didn't,
Yeah.
didn't believe that anyone would do that sober?
They must be on drugs.
So what's going on here? They're fucking high.
We'd just come back from Croatia Ultra Music Festival. As well.
Yeah, I remember sat in the van outside the job, right? So I drove, didn't I? And I was sat there.
That was rough
was
that
also,
morning,
my
wasn't
dad
it?
came and knocked on the window. Was all
But
just pouring with sweat.
The van
steamed.
was steamed up. I was like,
the fucking
we
van
was running
smelled
out
like
of oxygen.
MDMA, mate.
Good job he woke us up, really, because the van started steaming up.
yeah, we could
And
have
like all the
died.
windows
Mate.
were shut.
Mate, it
And
was
I
disgusting.
I was like, Jesus, lads.
It was
God,
absolutely disgusting, mate.
I think that was the worst wake up drive
That drive
I've ever
down.
done.
Well, I'm sure you were driving. No, I think it was
I
your.
drove.
Dan had drove, or I'd done first half something, and you was like, "I'll do second half." Then it was like, "You're all right, mate."
Yeah, I know, because I looked across at him.
You just
I
get your
looked,
head down.
I looked across and he went, "Is my drive yet?" And I said, "Nah, it's not, bro."
Nah.
We just fucking thought this is. He used to drive with his legs and all sorts, didn't he?
You have fallen asleep at the wheel, though, haven't you?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
bad.
Crashed that
Very
car,
bad.
didn't he? In
That is
London.
bad.
Yeah. Well, looking back at this situation, like, I might as well tell the story now. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't all my fault.
Whose fault was it? If you're in the driver's seat with the steering wheel in your hand, you are in control.
So, like, I went and tried to put my digs bag in the van, and the lads was like, "You're not allowed to put your dig bag in the van
Unless
if
you
if
drive."
you don't drive."
Yeah,
And
I
I was
remember
like,
that.
"Are you taking the piss? Like, I'm knackered. All I want to do is get home and get to bed, and you won't let me put my digs bag in just so I can get the train because I can't. I can't drive. I know I can't." And I was like, ended up giving in, driving. I was like, "Please, at least somebody stay up with me, so like, keep me awake." Got in the van. 10 minutes went by. Boom. Everybody asleep.
10 minutes, bro.
I was like,
That
this
is
is
a
great.
rough one,
You
that, innit?
try
I
and
thought you
turn
meant you crashed in 10 minutes.
No, you try and turn the aircon down, and everybody goes, "It's freezing in here. Turn the aircon
Yeah.
back up." So then all of a
It's a
sudden,
bit
I'm driving in a
selfish from
warm.
them, innit? The driver
Yeah.
needs to be doing what he needs to do to be awake, doesn't he, really?
I'm driving in a warm car where I'm knackered after doing a 12-hour shift, and it's a Monday, so you've been up all day as well, and drove down to London. So driving away, saw the sign for Ilford, and I must have just gone, "Oh,
Made it.
I'm there.
Oh, yeah,
I've made it."
You do get a bit
Still
like that,
not
don't
made
you,
it.
when you turn
Still
off?
got an
You're
extra
just
10,
like,
10 minutes to go, and fucking straight into the side barrier. Wing mirror came off. Side of the car came off. Woke Riggsy up, and then he was like, "Oh, is everybody okay?" I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. And he was awake
Fucking
the
hell,
full
man.
time. He didn't even know what had gone on.
Fucking hell.
Oh my god. Was your dad fuming?
No, this is the worst part about it. Like, I got back and I rang my dad like the next day and stuff. I was like, "Look, sorry, but I've crashed the car." And he was like, "Shit." He was like, "You didn't tell him you was driving, did you?"
Oh,
was
you weren't
like,
even insured, was you?
Oh my
Right.
god.
"This means I wasn't insured on the van." And he was like, I said, "I crashed into a barrier. I didn't crash into anyone." I went, "Oh, that's all right. No
That's
worries."
well lucky, innit? How
No
lucky is that
worries.
then?
Oh.
Yeah, we had to take it was a hire car back as well. So I found out later on that I shouldn't even been driving it.
Mate, do you
But
remember on
look,
that job as well? When we used to,
don't drive
they used to
when
fall
you're
asleep
tired.
on the train. If you
Oh,
fell asleep on
yeah.
the train, no one would wake you. Us three would always wake each other up.
Oh,
But anybody else would not
Yeah,
wake
you
you
just
up.
get left.
that
So,
End
like,
of the line.
the
I
White
remember
City. Go on, mate.
I woke up like a fucking hour away from like an hour past the digs, mate. I was just like, oh my god,
Wound.
bad start to
That
the day,
white
mate.
the White City to Ilford journey on the train. Like we've
When I
had some
first slept on
funny.
that little guy that time. When
Oh,
I first
yeah.
slept on him, he
like-
didn't even say anything to me.
Me and by this point we was that tired and we'd given up on telling you, trying waking you up from stop sleeping on top of people and stuff. And this poor
Left
Chinese
you.
guy, Dan there,
He didn't
he's
stay
doing
out though, did he? You looked
12-hour shift.
terrified.
His hair's everywhere. He's got a big beard and
The thing is,
stuff.
Dan
He
looks
sat there all
homeless at
mucky.
this point.
Yeah.
With a big lumberjack jacket, massive beard, hairs
bet-
everywhere.
I bet
He was like shunting away from you, and every time you kind of like, because you was
Yeah,
using him as
just
a
like-
rest, he
was
kept
cuddling up,
you
mate.
kept going further to him. I was like,
Come back here.
Jesus fucking.
it's cozy. We used to do that time though. Speaking of that lumberjack shirt, when we used to go to Tesco Liverpool Street every morning before work, and then the security went to go put his arm out in front of me because he thought I was a homeless person. He literally went like that, and I kind of looked at him funny, and he went, "Oh, go on, mate." And then he must have realised that's how bad I was dressed, mate.
Yeah, that
Just to put like this full thing into context for everyone. Basically, like this lumberjack shirt.
Dan's a fashion icon.
No, he bought it from some market whilst we was walking to gym one day, and he loved
Tenner.
it. A tenner. He
Tenner,
was so
mate.
proud of this jacket, and he was
Loved
like,
it.
"What do you think of
Padded,
this?"
padded
Loved
shirt,
it.
mate.
Got to work and everything. Everybody was like, "Jesus Christ, what the fuck's he come dressed as?" I was like, I told him this when he left the house.
Mate, I
Never
remember
mind.
was going, "What the fuck are you wearing?"
And then all of a sudden he was like, "I like it, mate. I like it." This and that. He didn't believe me that it looked shit until he turned up to Tesco's. He went to walk in, and the security guard thought he was homeless and stopped him from entering the Tesco. I was like, "I told you look homeless in there."
Mate, it was funny that. How funny was that? Oh,
That is
fucking
bad.
hell. Good times,
And
man.
this was at the stage as well when he was growing his hair for I don't know why, what another reason,
Yeah,
because
I'm gonna get a mullet.
there was no system to the way his hair was growing
Dan's
as
had
well.
multiple times in his life where he's gone to grow his hair into a
Mate,
mullet.
I keep trying and failing, mate. And I don't like saying I'm going
These
to do
at
something,
the-
not doing
at the
it.
time, because the whip-bred hair genes aren't great, are they? And
No.
because it's like thinner on top, like
The back was thick,
the
mate.
back and
So
sides.
it's perfect for a mullet.
Perfect for a mullet, really.
That's
But,
why
like,
the universe
It was like
intended to do
a long. It got a long back and sides, mate. Like it's not the look anyone wants, really, is
fucking
it?
hell. I'll tell you what, I'm glad it's
So,
getting light outside now. It makes you feel a lot
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
with it, doesn't it?
The winter's coming in quick here now, innit? Like I think we've got a good day ahead of us today, but like winter's starting to come in now.
Yeah.
The dark nights are coming.
It's warm.
Dark
It was
mornings
warm.
are coming.
I went for a run this morning, Reece. Today it was actually quite warm. I was saying to all, I went across them fields, no behind me. It was pitch black, mate.
just reminded me of something. Like just go back to the dig stories. I just remember then you said, "Oh, been scared in the dark or something." I just thought foxes in Ilford, right? And I just thought that time when I'd set my alarm for 5
Oh yeah.
in Ilford, and like woke up in the middle of the night, obviously, and it must have been 2, not 5. I just thought, oh, it's time to get up. Like, got up, started, got all my bag ready and that, walking to the station. I rocked and I thought, fuck, is it quiet out here? Like, all there was foxes about. That's all there ever is in Ilford, isn't there?
Yeah.
If there's not people
Circling,
about.
yeah.
Yeah,
About
it's
fucking
because all
pounds.
the rubbish is all outside of everybody's
Yeah.
houses, and it's a horrible.
But I'm there, walking to the station, I thought, fuck me, he's dead. Got to the station. I was like, it's not going to open. Like, what the fuck's going on here? looks at the time. It's like fucking 2:45 or something, like 2:30. I'm like, how the fuck have I managed this? Like, I was like, then I realised I must have like the 2 and the 5. Obviously,
Easy mistake to make, bro.
easy mistake to make. So I literally just started pissing myself. Like, I was just
I
like,
bet you was laughing your head off all the
got
way
back,
on,
I
mate.
couldn't stop laughing. Like, how stupid I
Oh,
was. And
it's
then
just that
got
we-
back, and this is how I knew I must have been tired, because my t-shirt was on inside out and back to front. I was just there pissing. Got back in bed. I just couldn't stop laughing, mate. I was like,
You know.
oh my god, that was a
That
tired
was funny, man.
that day. Like,
we had literally the same situation, but with me and Barney, and the reason for it is because it's Monday.
You both did it.
Yeah, we both did it. So we were staying in the same room. So what happens is, because you go down on a Monday, you set your alarm for like 2 o'clock in the morning, don't you? To get up to go to London. So you drive to London or whatever. So drove to London, done the Monday shift, gone to bed on the Tuesday. Barney, it's a weird thing, but you just know you have a system, don't you, when you're digging together. Only one person sets an alarm. Two people don't set an alarm, do they? So he sets the alarm. He's gone and set it for the Monday, same again, so 2 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock. So there he is. It goes off, and I actually remember saying to him, I was like, fucking hell, lad, I'm knackered, me. Feels like he hadn't slept. And he went, you know what? I feel the same. He went, anyway, come on, look, like, we've got to get to work here. I was like, all right, whatever. So got fully ready, made coffees, bagels, made the full thing. Like, he sat there, sipping away on a coffee. He's having his bagel in the morning, just chilling out. His hair's everywhere. His hair's everywhere. I was like, mate, like, I'm knackered. And I was like, so we sat there. He's nearly finished his bagel, and he was like,
oh, I know when you realised what was going on.
This went on for ages. Because the worst part about it is, like, he sat there and we're going, my dad was upstairs in the other room, so he's working away with us. And we're like, is he going to get up or what? We're going to be late for work here. So sat there again. And I don't know why, by this point, we still haven't looked at the clock. So I went by, walked upstairs, I started knocking on his door. And I was like, whoa. I said, we're going to be late for work here. I said, get up. And then he was like, all right. And then all of a sudden I heard, what the fuck's that idiot on about? Do you know, like, through the door? And he was like, I said, what are you doing up? I went, what do you mean? He went, it's fucking 2:30. I was like, oh no. By this point, Barney still doesn't know. He's chilling. He's drinking his coffee away. He's halfway through his coffee at this point.
Having a bagel.
Fucking
I
hell.
worked downstairs. I was like, you idiot. And he was like, what? He went, it's 2:30 in the morning.
Got visions you made of him just sat there. Coffee
He's like,
just chilling.
So he has to go and, we're going to chuck our coffee away. We're fully dressed by this point, so we're like, pointless getting undressed, innit? And we're both laid in bed. And do you know, like, when it all suddenly kicks in, and we've just both start crying with laughter. And I was
That
like,
was funny, that.
I can't get back to sleep now, because, like, it's finally got back to sleep
when you
for an
start
hour.
laughing, you wake right up as well, don't you?
Oh my God. And then I just remember getting up and I was thinking, and he was, and I remember Barney saying, I might as well have another bagel now, I know. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
fuck it. Pinging off the coffee.
Oh, that's fucking absolutely class, man.
One of the best, that was the best one I've ever remember doing it, and I was just like, fuck me. This is going to be a story to remember.
Mate, when me and him was on about it the other day, you realise, like, we could probably sit here realistically for about 12 hours just talking about funny shit that's happened in the digs. You know what I mean? Like, it's just mental, innit?
I was saying to, like, because Ruben started his apprenticeship now, like, this week. He's finally started his apprenticeship and stuff. He's going all right. Like, he started it last week. It's going all right. He had a bit of a slip up on Monday and Tuesday, but we managed to get him sorted.
What, did he not want to go?
He didn't want to go, and then he ended up. I don't think he turned in on the Monday or something, but he had some issues, to be fair. And then Tuesday, I think his head had gone down by this point as well, so he'd just kind of given up.
Right.
So I rang him and stuff, and he finally was like, well, "Just text him, get yourself sorted, and get into work, and you'll be all right."
Yeah.
And he finally got there and stuff, and he rang me. He was like, "Do you know what? Because I'm on an apprenticeship, I get paid the same money every week, so I'm not going to miss out." I was like, well, this isn't teaching him, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know.
But he's got there, he's loving it.
At least he went
yeah,
back,
he's
man.
loving it and stuff like that. I was like, I said, like, once you get to 18, 19 and stuff, I said, like, because he's working for Alliance Steel, so he's working with Danny Johnson.
Oh, nice, man. Sick.
So Danny Johnson's on site. He's in the fab shop and stuff.
That's who I first started with as well, innit? On Bradford.
Yeah.
I didn't go with Paul initially. I did for a few weeks. I went with Danny for a few months.
I said to Ruben, I said, ask Danny to tell you some stories of working with Paul and, like, working as, like, a second man and just as everything, because it'll proper, like, it'll make you want to go on site, like, because it is good crack at the end of the day.
Man. Exactly.
Like you say, Bradford for us, that was my first ever site job. and I think it was your first ever site job.
Yeah,
That's where we
same,
first
man.
met.
That's where I first met you ever,
Yeah,
innit?
I remember walking into the to the changing rooms in thingy, and I knew Dan from through Ollie, as in like, oh, this just big bouncy idiot, and I was thinking, I said, I bet he. I remember saying, I was like, I bet he's a wanker, and he turned in. But that's what I mean. Never judge a book by its cover. And he turned in this little fucking what was them hats? What we used to wear? It was a certain brand, but it was a little beanie hat, and it was like sticking off his head. He had a Metro jumper on, about 3 sizes too small for him.
Nah, man, I was just heavy at the time, mate.
Filled it out, mate.
It was an XXL, bro.
And he was like, "Morning, mate. How's it going?" And I was like, "Fucking hell!" I was like, "Morning. How's it going?"
Fucking hell, you'll sound you.
But there was so many of us on there as well, weren't there? Like there was like,
yeah, it was a big job. That, to be fair, wasn't it?
4 or 5 crews on there as well, so it was like proper good crack and stuff. We was all travelling in the same vans and everything as well. Like it was a real good job to start on, anyway.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It eases you in quite nicely, didn't it?
And then me and Ollie had the joys of working on Anfield. Like that was another one where just
that was my first job, wasn't it?
Well, the digs there was sick though. We got a real good digs, didn't we?
Yeah, that is good. Like 60 quid for the week.
Yeah, we was paying. That was really cheap as well.
You had your own room, which you never usually get.
Fucking hell, 60 quid. I mean, that woman who lived with us for a bit as well.
Yeah.
She was a character.
She liked you, didn't she?
I liked her.
And that's how he was like, when he was like, I like your hair. She's like,
ooh. Mate, just again, to give some context here, she's like, what would you say? She was like, she looked like, what's that wrestler called? Mark Henry.
Yeah.
Is that his name?
Yeah, Mark Henry.
It is, isn't it? Reese, after this, Google Mark Henry and you'll know what I mean, yeah? So
I know who he is now.
She used to like shout at us for like leaving wet pots on the side and that. Yeah. So one day I just went to her, oh, your hair looks lovely today. And then she like didn't know what to say. She was like,
after
thank you.
She loved
us, mate. She let us leave as many wet pots on the side as we wanted after that. Yeah, I liked them digs, man. That was good. Until you lot then moved out, didn't you? And then all these, she moved out, you lot moved out.
Oh yeah, we left.
Me and these fucking like Romanian lads or something. Like me and 3 Romanian lads. Yeah, it was a bit weird.
There was one of the best digs where I'd say we've ever stayed in.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Considering the price, location.
Yeah.
Did we used to walk to work?
We could walk to work. We used to sometimes get a lift there, didn't we? Yeah.
Like they're like little things like that, like little progressions like that, like not having your own van when you're working away.
Yeah,
well, so stressful.
You need, if you're miles away from a gym, that's when you fucked it. If you haven't got a van.
Yeah.
Like, we was on the other day when we was in Sweden, and the digs, you just got put in digs. Like, you didn't have dig money to get your own. Just put you in like an hotel.
It was a 2-hour walk.
2-hour walk to the gym.
And I feel like as well, people who don't train get really excited when the people who do train can't train. Or think that you can't train.
I was there on my own. I was there on my own the first trip. I remember everyone was like, oh, you have to have a bit of time off gym then, won't you? And I thought,
that's what I mean. People who don't train get excited when people who are training might have to miss it.
I are having time off gym. It's like, well, how are you gonna get there? It's like, well, it looks like fucking walking then, doesn't it?
We walked 2 hours to the gym, trained for an hour, walked 2 hours back.
Trained, walked 2 hours back to the digs. And then I remember there was just like, oh, you can't do it every night. I thought, I fucking will, mate. Like,
fucking will, mate.
Fuck you.
A lift, bro.
But then, like, so not surprisingly, like, I just ended up very skinny at that point.
Yeah, the thing is, I remember when we was doing that,
doing like 30k steps a day.
We were still dieting, and it was hard to judge it by the steps. Like it was just kind of shrunk. Like, I did lose a lot of size that year, man.
That's one of, like, I'd say it was an easier one to track for me this year when it came to dieting through, like...
Yeah, because you're in charge of all your expenditure, aren't you?
Yeah,
your steps
I kind of knew roughly, like, I would struggle to get my 10k steps in, so I knew I had to get my 10k steps in throughout the day. Like, anyway, by the end of the day, like, if I had to go for a walk or do whatever. So it was easy for me. Like, when you're on site, sometimes you can end up doing, like, 30k steps but you're like, do you need to do cardio? Should you do cardio? Because
Yeah.
even though you've done 30k steps, the cardio session, like, it's dedicated to fat loss. So like, you're actually proper sweating everything out. Your steps are more like
I think it's good.
gradual.
You feel good after you've actually sweated and got your heart rate up. It's a different mindset. You
it's a
feel
total
good after.
different
You get like a
it's
high,
different
don't
type
you?
of like
I just
cardio
love running,
in a way.
me. Like, I do enjoy the run. Do you know what I mean?
I said to
It's not
Jess,
really
like,
even for. It's more just for the enjoyment of it half the time.
Yeah.
I'm starting to miss it quite a lot, but I'm just way too heavy at the minute to be.
Yeah.
And it's not. I'll just end up veering off what I'm doing for no reason. Kind
Yeah,
of.
man. You need to pick your pick what you're doing, don't you? Whatever you are doing,
choose your fighter.
Because if you try and do all of them at once, which we've all done
Jesus
before,
Christ.
everyone's done it at some point, where you're trying to stay
like,
lean, but you want to put on size, and the next thing you know, you look exactly the same in 5 years. You know what I mean?
I'm not committing to either. Try and do both at once,
which never works, does it? You've got to commit to it. Like I've done it this time.
I've feel like I did that for years. Too scared to like fully commit to a bulk, but then like,
and as soon as you start to lose weight,
if
it's getting
too much weight, no. So you just try and do both at once and get no.
I did it after a beef fair. I came at a beef and I was adamant. I was like, I'm going to go on the biggest bulk of my life because I ain't been bulked properly in about 4 years now. And I was going, I'm going to bulk. As soon as I got back, I had 3 weeks of eating loads, lost my abs, and then went, oh my God, I feel disgusting. I don't like this. I feel sick. And then I started not dieting again, but went back to like maintenance. And now I'm exactly the same, or give or take, exactly the same way I was just before a beef fair. So I haven't actually done anything. I've just ended up doing the same thing again. You know what I mean? So
I think weird. Now I've committed just to like I'm only got 4 pounds above my like a beef weight now. And I'm just gonna like kind of maintain this weight for it, but I'm still getting stronger.
Did I just hear that right? Did you just talk in pounds?
Yeah, I work in pounds.
I work in stones.
It's like easier to if I'm like dieting, I'll aim to lose.
Myself, to be honest,
I'll aim to lose like 0.6 to 1 pound a week. So I just know where I'm
Christ, like I work in kilos, like
kilos as well. Like
I would work in kilos if I did. If
kilos
I
are all pounds, but yeah,
I wouldn't even know where to start with pounds.
It's just more accurate, I think, innit? You can,
very.
You can.
Yeah, but I'd say the only thing with pounds is like if you're really wanting to do working in pounds, I'd say you're weighing yourself more often then. Because your weight fluctuates so much.
Yeah,
but like, to get it
I'll just get like an average.
Yeah.
So if I weigh myself, I mean, I don't weigh myself every day, but if I did, I'd just kind of get like an average off the week type of thing.
I'd agree there, like, but like say for myself, I only weigh myself once a week because it's too much hassle. Do you know what I mean? Like,
well, what do you know what I did for a beef though? What I did was I set out like. I don't know, like February the 1st, March the 1st, April the 1st. I had a target weight that I'd be at for that date. Then if I was roughly on course for that, I know that's where I should be. Roughly.
That's good. What I'm going to do, lads, is I'm going to stop the recording here. We can chat for another 5-10 minutes, but I feel like
I'd like to do another day, maybe next week or whenever we do this, to dedicate for the gym and diet situations.
Yeah, like you say, I think we're veering off course a little bit here. Into dieting and
we'll
stuff
save
like
this for another day.
Which was bound to happen at some point.
Obviously, that's just the way every conversation usually goes, doesn't it?
It's going that way at some point.
Usually goes way further than that. We end up talking about fucking space or some shit.
I enjoyed that today, lads. That was a good laugh. That was very fun.
No, it was a good one. So we'll wrap it up there. And we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you very much.
Adios.
Adios, amigos.